Welcome to a double Parsha edition of the short Vort, Behar and Bechukosai. Both the Torah will be based on Chaim Kanievsky on Chumash. Beginning with Behar, in Perek Chav Hey, Pasuk Chaf, chapter 25, verse 20, it says, "V'chisomru ma nochal b'shana Sheviis." When you will ask or say, "What will we eat in the seventh year?" The question is, in the sixth year, they produced food, so they have food for the seventh year. Why would they ask for, where's our food? Chaim Kanievsky asks, based on the Gemara in Yuma, Daf Ayin Dalad Amud Beis, that says that when a person is eating a meal and his cupboard is bare, he has no food for the next day, and he doesn't enjoy that meal. Here too, in the seventh year, since people take the food, the 6 years food is what goes for the seventh year, and then they have the seventh year needed for the eighth year. So the people are going to be worried about what are we going to do in the eighth year. So even though they have food for the seventh year, they're concerned about the future, and therefore they won't eat well. Therefore, the next pasuk, Hashem says, "V'tzivisi es birchasi lachem b'shana shishis." I will send you my blessing for the 6th year. V'asas tavur l'shalosh shanim. It's going to yield 3 years worth of crops. That way they'll have enough food for the 6th year, the 7th year, and the 8th year, and they'll be able to eat and enjoy the 7th year's crop. Moving on to Parshas Bechukosai, Perek Chavav, Pasuk Gimel, chapter 26, verse 3, in the opening words in Bechukosai Taleichu. If you go in my decree with my decrees, Rashi says we're talking here about Ameilus Torah, one who's toiling in Torah. Rav Chaim asks, what is the clue for to say that we're talking about Ameilus b'Torah? Why isn't it just regular? So Rav Chaim explains that the word Taleichu is the clue, because only someone totally immersed in Torah, who's doing careful contemplation of the Torah's meaning and intent, is considered to be going with Hashem's decrees. Only such a person is constantly advancing in his comprehension. Rav Chaim shared a story heard from Rav Shachna Kolodetsky, who said he saw in the records of the town of Minsk that most mornings, that after Shachris, the Minsker Gadol would go up to his attic and he would study Torah undisturbed until Mincha. Someone would come and would knock on the door, and then he would come down to daven Mincha. One afternoon, the messenger knocked as usual, but there was no answer. He knocked louder. Nothing happened. He got people to help him, and he's banging and banging. They were getting worried. They got a locksmith, and they were able to bust into the room. And then when they got there, the Rebbe asked in surprise, "What happened? How did you get in?" He had been busy, engrossed in a difficult Rambam. The entire commotion was completely unnoticed. All the banging out, everything of that, because of his singular focus, his Ameilus b'Torah. A similar story happened with Reb Chaim himself. One time, Rebbetzin Kanievsky locked herself out of the house. She said she was banging on the door for about 20 minutes until finally Reb Chaim noticed and came to the door. He started saying, "Oh, the Rebetzin's out right now," and he was about to close the door on her until she said, "Chaim, it's me." So then he let her in, but he was so engrossed with his learning. That's why he became what he was. His Ameilus allowed him to be holech, to go in his growth in Torah and become the giant that he was. May we be zocheh to have some type of fraction of what he achieved. Thank you for listening. Like, share, and subscribe. Have a wonderful week and a wonderful Shabbos.